Welcome to the Afterspin, opinions from thought leaders in our state. I want to ask John Hood and Chris Fitzsimon. Congress has been unable to come up with another relief package, and it doesn't appear they're going to, because federal support has ended for a number of corporations, especially our airlines. They've started massive layoffs. We understand American might be laying off 19,000 people. That's going to definitely affect the economy and increase unemployment. What impact do you think this is going to have on North Carolina, and how do you see the economy going forward? John?
North Carolina's economic recovery is rather weak. It's actually the worst in the South right now. But the whole country probably is heading for a bit of a stall out, not to continue the aircraft analogy. There was, of course, a sharp downturn. Then there was a significant return back in the summer. Most economists think that is going to soften up. We're still going to continue to grow rather than shrink unless there's a new round of, a huge spike in COVID and a huge round of lockdowns again or something in the winter. And I think that the layoffs that you mentioned in the airline industry and in other industries are probably inevitable. We're not going to have a year of huge federal subsidies of big business. I mean, I'm here to tell you, whether that's a good idea or not, it is a highly unpopular idea. And so it's unlikely to happen. So I think that we're going to resign ourselves to the fact that the recovery was rather blazing in the summer, North Carolina more of an ember, and in the coming months it may all cool down a bit. Interesting.
Chris, I'm sure you noted in the presidential debate there was a question from Chris Wallace about whether this was going to be a V-curve type recovery, meaning we start here and plunge down and then it comes back up quickly, or a K-curve. I don't know that I think either one of the candidates understood what that was. What are you thinking about the economy going forward?
I think it's probably a letter we haven't figured out yet. Maybe it's a Greek letter curve. I don't know. I don't disagree with John. I do think there will be some, not so much helping big business, but there will be something past Congress. There's negotiations. It may not happen before the election. I think something, if it doesn't happen before the election, Congress will do something before the end of the year, I believe, especially if we have another COVID outbreak and things get even worse. I don't think that's going to help private employers nearly as much as the previous plan. I think they will do something, but I think we're in for a long slog here. And until the pandemic eases, we're going to have a hard time bringing the economy back anywhere near where it was.
And very quickly for both of you, there are many economists predicting that sometime after the first of the year, we're going to see another recession. Agree or disagree, John?
I'm not convinced of that unless there is a very large, not just a large, but a very large increase in COVID infections and deaths resulting in lockdowns. If we don't get that, then I think we end up with slow growth, but not a recession.
Chris?
I don't disagree. I do think we'll see some sort of, apart from whatever the Congress does to directly address the problem we're in now, there's always the joke about it's always infrastructure week in Washington. I think there'll be some infrastructure spending by the federal government early next year, regardless of which party is in control, which will help some.
Interesting. Well, you can definitely say, regardless of where you stand politically or where you live, it's been an interesting year, and it looks like next year might start off the same way. Well, thank you for watching the Afterspin. We'll have more video all during the week on ncspin.com.